Fort Lauderdale's housing market is sinking fast, 19% more homes for sale, but prices are down 6.2% year over year. Here's why it hasn't crashed harder. It's not for lack of pressure. Rising insurance costs, sky-high property taxes, and mortgage rates hovering near 7% should have sent this market into a tailspin. But there's a stubborn resilience here, and it's not just wishful thinking. Investors are still betting big on South Florida, snapping up properties before they hit rock bottom. Meanwhile, locals who've been priced out for years are finally seeing a sliver of opportunity. The market's not dead, it's just holding its breath, waiting to see who blinks first. And then there's the weather. No, not the hurricanes, though those don't help. It's the fact that no matter how bad things get, people still want to live where the sun shines 240 days a year. Demand isn't gone, it's just pickier now. So while prices dip, the bottom hasn't fallen out. Not yet anyway. You know, it's getting tougher out there for folks trying to hold on to their homes. The costs just keep climbing, and it's hitting people right in the wallet. Insurance premiums? They've shot up. Some folks are seeing hikes as high as 70%. That's not just a little bump. That's a full-blown financial punch to the gut. And then there are the mortgage rates, sitting pretty over 6%. That might not sound like much, but when you're already stretching every dollar, even a small increase feels like a mountain. So what's happening? Well, it's a perfect storm, really. Insurance companies are raising rates because of all the wild weather and disasters we've been seeing, fires, floods, you name it. They're trying to cover their own backs, but that means homeowners are left footing the bill. And those mortgage rates? The Fed's been hiking interest rates to fight inflation, which sounds good in theory, but for anyone with a variable rate or looking to buy, it's making life a whole lot harder. The result? People are feeling the squeeze. Some are dipping into savings just to keep up. Others are cutting back on everything else. And a few are even walking away because they just can't afford it anymore. It's a rough time, no doubt about it. You know, I was looking at the numbers the other day, and it's not pretty. Home prices have been dropping steadily for months now, like a rock sinking in water. And it's not just a little dip. We're talking a real slide. Meanwhile, the number of homes sitting on the market? It's going up, up, up. More houses, fewer buyers. That's a recipe for trouble. Think about it. If you're trying to sell your place right now, you're competing with a flood of other homes just like yours. And with prices falling, buyers are holding out, waiting for an even better deal. It's a vicious cycle. The longer your house sits, the more desperate you get, and the more you might have to slash that price just to get someone to bite. This isn't some temporary blip. The data doesn't lie. The market's shifting, and if you're not paying attention, you could be left holding the bag. So, what's the move? Do you wait it out and hope things turn around? Or do you act now before the numbers get even worse? You know, when you hear that 8% of homeowners are underwater on their mortgages, it's easy to brush it off as just another statistic. But let's break it down. What does that really mean for people? For starters, it means nearly 1 in 12 homeowners owes more on their house than it's actually worth. That's a tough spot to be in. If you're one of those folks, selling your home isn't really an option because you'd still be on the hook for the difference. And refinancing? Forget about it. Lenders aren't exactly lining up to help when your equity is in the red. Now think about the ripple effect. People stuck in these homes can't move for better jobs or downsize if money gets tight. It's like being trapped, and that stress trickles into everything. Family decisions, retirement plans, even mental health. And it's not just the homeowners feeling the pinch. Neighborhoods with a lot of underwater homes can see property values drop even further, making the problem worse for everyone nearby. The bigger picture? It's a drag on the whole economy. People aren't spending or investing like they would if they felt secure. So yeah, 8% might sound small, but it's a weight that pulls down a lot more than just those individual households. You know, we've been seeing some concerning numbers lately. Closed sales are down, way down. In fact, they've dropped by 22% compared to last year. And the big reason? Fewer people are moving in. That inbound migration we've been counting on? It's slowed to a crawl. When fewer folks are coming into the area, there are fewer buyers in the market. And fewer buyers means fewer sales. It's that simple. Sellers are feeling the pinch, and agents are working twice as hard just to keep up. We've got to figure out how to adapt because if this trend keeps up, it's going to hit everyone's bottom line. You know, the market's shifting fast these days. Sellers who were sitting pretty just a few months ago are now scrambling to get buyers' attention. And how are they doing it? By slashing prices? Big time. We're talking tens of thousands off the asking price just to get a deal done. But it's not just about dropping the price tag. Some sellers are throwing in concessions too. Need help with closing costs? Done. Want a few grand to fix up the place after you move in? Sure thing. I've even seen offers where sellers are covering up to $40,000 in extras just to seal the deal. It's a buyer's market now, no doubt about it. If you've been waiting for the right moment to jump in, this might be it. Sellers are motivated, and they're willing to sweeten the pot to make it happen. So if you're in the game, keep your eyes open. There are some serious deals out there right now. Sarah had been eyeing that little coffee shop on the corner for months, but every time she walked by, the prices just felt a little too steep. Then one day, she noticed the chalkboard sign outside. New lower prices. Try our famous latte for just $3.50. Curious, she stepped inside. The barista, a friendly guy named Jake, greeted her with a smile. First time here? You gotta try the latte. It's our best seller, and now it's even more affordable. Sarah took a sip and instantly fell in love. The rich, smooth flavor was worth every penny, but now it didn't feel like a splurge. She started coming in every morning, and soon the shop became her little sanctuary before work. The owner, Maria, noticed the uptick in regulars and even hired another barista to keep up with the demand. Word spread fast. More people started stopping by, not just for the coffee, but for the warm atmosphere. The lower price had brought in a whole new crowd, and business was booming. Sarah wasn't the only one who felt like she'd found a hidden gem. It was now the neighborhood's favorite spot, all because someone had the courage to make great coffee a little more accessible. So, let's talk about another way to get your product out there. Rent to own. It's not just for furniture or appliances anymore. Imagine this. A customer gets to use what you're selling right away, pays a little at a time, and at the end of the agreement, it's theirs. No big upfront cost. No pressure to commit all at once. It's a win-win. For you, it means steady cash flow instead of waiting for that one big sale. For them, it's a chance to try before they fully buy in. And here's the kicker. People who might have walked away because of the price tag, they're suddenly in the game. It's like opening the door to a whole new crowd of buyers who just needed a different way in. Plus, it builds loyalty. Someone paying over time? They're invested. They're not just a one-and-done customer, they're sticking with you. And if they love what they've got, guess who they'll come back to next time? That's right, you. So, why not give it a shot? It's not about changing what you sell. It's about changing how you sell it. Jenna had been saving for months, but the down payment on a house still felt out of reach. That's when she found the little blue bungalow with the rent-to-own sign in the yard. The owner, Mr. Calloway, was a retired teacher who wanted someone reliable to take care of the place. They agreed on terms. A portion of her monthly rent would go toward the purchase price, and after 3 years, she'd have the option to buy. Every month, Jenna paid on time, even when her car needed repairs. She painted the kitchen, fixed the leaky faucet, and planted flowers out front. Small ways to make it feel like hers. Mr. Calloway noticed and always left a note of thanks on her doorstep. When the 3 years were up, Jenna had saved enough for the final payment. The closing was simple. Just her and Mr. Calloway at the kitchen table signing the papers. He handed her the keys with a smile. "You've taken better care of this place than I ever did," he said. Jenna looked around at the home she'd already made her own and knew it was worth every bit of the wait. So, let's talk about what's actually being done to help homeowners stay afloat. The government's rolled out a few programs to ease the burden, and local communities are stepping up too. First, there's the Homeowner Assistance Fund. It's a federal program that provides financial aid to those struggling with mortgage payments, utilities, or even property taxes. If you qualify, you could get a chunk of change to cover those costs and avoid falling behind. Then there are the local initiatives. Some cities have partnered with nonprofits to offer low-interest loans or grants for home repairs, especially for older adults or low-income families. And let's not forget about the counseling services. Free advice from housing experts who can help you navigate refinancing or loan modifications. It's not just about throwing money at the problem, it's about giving people the tools to make smart decisions. The key here? You've got to ask for help. A lot of folks don't even know these programs exist or they're too proud to reach out. But that's what they're there for, to keep families in their homes and neighborhoods stable. So if you're feeling the squeeze, look into it. There might be more support out there than you think. So let's wrap up what we've covered. We started by identifying the main challenges, things like time management, communication gaps, and resource allocation. Then we dug into some practical solutions, like setting clear priorities, using better tools for collaboration, and making sure everyone's on the same page with regular check-ins. We also talked about the importance of flexibility, being ready to adjust when things don't go as planned, and how delegating tasks can free up time for the bigger picture stuff. And let's not forget the big takeaway. Small, consistent steps lead to real progress over time. So if you take just one thing from this, it's that problems are solvable when you break them down, tackle them step by step, and keep the lines of communication open.